Back with hot stocks, and something that is extremely hot, or cold as you may call it, is the metal space, and JSPL in particular. Well, hot for the wrong reasons. Let's get in Naveen Jindal, the CMD of JSPL, to speak about all that's happened with the company in particular, with all the allegations that have been floating around. Good having you, Mr. Jindal. Thanks so much for taking the time out. Now, the question really is that there are some serious allegations that JSPL has used cheap coal for making, and I read out, for making exponential profits by selling power at a high price. How do you refute these allegations?
My reaction to this is it's completely baseless. We have not got any coal cheap. We have been allocated coal blocks for different projects. We have done an extremely good job of developing the coal mines and development of the project. So, I mean, and nobody is actually allowed to sell coal. So the question of selling coal does not arise at all.
Right, Mr. Jindal, good morning. Tanvi here. Reports allege that the coal cost for JSPL is much lower than even the public sector power giant NTPC. Is that true?
Okay, these allegations are not justified at all. Our coal cost is maybe 50 to 100 rupees lower than the cost of Coal India. So if I produce coal cheaper, if I produce coal from our mines which are much inferior to Coal India's mines and still produce cheaper coal, is it something to appreciate or is it something to criticize? That's my first question. Secondly, if my price difference between the coal that I buy is less than 100 rupees, how it translates into cost of power is less than 5 paisa. So the profitability of the company is not because I'm getting the coal 50 or 100 rupees cheaper. It is because I'm not transporting this coal over 1500 kilometers or 1000 kilometers. You know, I'm not using rail line or road. We just put up a conveyor belt to transport this coal. We set up the project with minimum capital cost. Our capital cost was 3.8 crores per megawatt, which was amongst the lowest in the industry. We are running our power plant on 97-98% plant load factor. These are because we are running everything efficiently, and you know, we are a good player. We performed extremely well, and that is the reason the company is doing well.
Actually, let me ask you that. You just met the interministerial group and justified your stand on the coal allocation to JSPL. Did you manage to convince the IMG?
Our people, our team have gone and made the presentation and explained that the amount of work done for this coal block is actually tremendous. You know, we have got forest clearance, we have got environment clearance for the coal mines, as well as for setting up a 1320 megawatt power project. And you'll be happy to know that this is the first time that there has been a consent award of land. That means 100% of the people, the landowners, coming forward and saying that yes, we have absolutely no objection, we want this project to come up. So we have done tremendous amount of work in this project. We have got all our clearances, and it is extremely difficult. It's extremely challenging to set up projects in these backward areas where you have to drive 6-7 hours from the nearest airport to get there, and it's extremely challenging. I have been there, and I was greeted by 1500 to 2000 people who greeted me, Adivasis over there, and who were really keen that we should come and set up the project over here.
If the IMG goes ahead and deallocates the coal block, will you stop the project then?
Obviously, if IMG or the government feels that we have not done work, and if they deallocate that coal block, then obviously we have no magic to produce power from air. We have no magic that without coal that we can generate power. So it needs its fuel. If we do not have the fuel, obviously the project will not come up.
The opposition has taken the case of JSPL and tried to prove that the government's justification for giving away coal blocks for guaranteeing cheap power is baseless. Don't you think it's a very grave charge?
Firstly, opposition has nothing better to do than to just, make allegations on the government. They have been doing exactly the same thing. And it is not true to say that power prices have not come down. I have explained to you that in 2005-2006, the power prices in the market were 5 to 6 rupees. In 2007-8 also they were 5 to 6 rupees. but now they have been steadily coming down. It has come down because we have also started producing, and also many other projects have come up. So I mean, you know how economy runs. I mean, it is all a question of demand and supply. So if we increase the supply of power, if we remove the hurdles that the power projects are facing, and it increases the supply of power, automatically the prices will come down. This is simple economics. But rather than do that, just to allege charges, ridiculous charges over companies, and I think we are completely, by doing this, we are spoiling the investment environment in the country, which is going to be detrimental to the country's interests and the country's economy.
How will you combat these allegations then on the coal issue?
I believe that truth has a lot of power. So as I had not spoken about this, so now I have spoken. So people would realize the truth. They would know that this is only some political parties, just they're trying to play politics over this, and they would realize that they should not be doing that. And whatever I'm saying, it can all be proved. So I think we have done everything in the right manner, in the correct manner, and I have confidence that everybody, if they go into details, they're going to appreciate the way we have worked.
Do you think that the coal issue is taking the same shape as the telecom scam took?
In India, we said no, we will not give you coal mines for selling coal. You have to do downstream investment. You have to set up a steel plant or a power plant or a cement plant, investing thousands of crores. So we have to appreciate that our entrepreneurs, our companies have taken the risk. They have invested in these backward regions, which has led to development in these regions. So rather than appreciating all that, just to make these false accusations, alleging these charges, is most unfortunate. And I'm sure that soon the truth will be out, and people will realize that these political parties just trying to play political games at the cost of the Indian economy. They must stop doing this.
Do you not think there is favoritism in coal allocation then, and how can that be cleared from the system?
I cannot say that 100% has been correct. It never can be. Even if you were hiring 200 people, you can't hire every candidate as a good candidate. You have to take people on face value. So there is possibility that some companies may have given wrong information, and on basis of wrong information, some decisions may have been taken. If something is like that, I'm sure that will come to light. But we should not just, start to doubt the whole process, when I can confidently say, like I have told, that our process of allocation of coal blocks and what we expect from it, that is downstream investment, billions of dollars of investment, is much better than Australia or Canada or North America or Europe or Africa.
Okay, we leave it at that, Mr. Jindal. Thanks so much for joining in and clarifying your stand. That's Naveen Jindal clarifying on all the allegations that have been laid out on JSPL. The stock, of course, not doing too well. 2.5% down, grinding lower. Just the last 1.5 month chart would show you how much it has succumbed to in selling pressure. Deepak, your stock recommendations, but a word on JSPL before you give in your recommendations.
The stock